Please make sure you read directions carefully when you go to graph, because the directions here say to complete the square to write the equation in vertex form. And that means you do need to complete the square, write it in vertex form, and not just use the formula negative b over 2a. So in order to do that, I'm going to isolate the x squared and the negative 2x, and leave a space and leave the negative 3 outside of the parentheses. And we do this process called completing the square, where we go to the b value, which is negative 2, and take half of it and square that number. So half of negative 2 is negative 1, and when we square it, we get a positive 1. We always balance by putting the opposite number outside, so negative 1 will go outside. And to write my equation in vertex form, I'm going to factor the x squared minus 2x plus 1, either what adds to be negative 2 and multiplies to be 1, or the trick was to go to the b value and take half of it. And I'm going to square that quantity and combine my like terms. Now keep in mind, if there's a leading coefficient that is not 1 out in front, you do need to factor it out of the first two terms, but do not factor it out of the constant when you're completing the square. I can tell that my vertex is at 1, negative 4. I know the pattern to graph a parabola is 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. So from the vertex I go out 1, up 1, out 2, up 4, and out 3, up 9. Connect it and make it look like a U. Now if I go to solve the equation algebraically, notice that it's set equal to 0 so that I can solve. I would like to factor this one. Two numbers that add to be negative 2 and multiply to be negative 3 are negative 3 and positive 1. If I set x minus 3 equal to 0, I get 3. If I set x plus 1 equal to 0 and solve, I get negative 1. So my solutions are 3 and negative 1, which if I check on my graph, also are the x-intercepts of the graph, and I know that I did it correctly.